Hi, Meow Brows. I'm on my way to the moon to begin in my plot to interfere with this trial. I brought up the holo displays showing some of the recent political news. Ha! Now I know what I need to do. I'll end up making sure the jury convicts.
Yeah, we VFX artists
I
are
have
gonna
the best
tamper with the
IQ out
voting,
of
coding
everyone, so
equipment to help you.
far that I've
It'll
seen.
get our names out there and expose the working conditions for VFX in the industry.
We're fed up with not being given enough time to finish
Hey, you
shots
know
and
what?
then blamed if the studios, whose want,
I bet
are
that you
the
guys
bad
are even
ones.
gonna come asking me political questions, aren't you guys?
We, unlike the studios, support unionization for every single effects
This is me, you're
hex
the current
artist.
VFX
I
supervisor,
agree.
Lev
Nobody
Parnas.
should have
I'll talk it over
their
with
credit
Marvel.
taken away from them.
Oh, but if
and then
we
by
fail,
saying it's all
then
practical.
So
any
that's what you
conditions
guys
are
want?
gonna
All
get
of
models
us
even
are in
have
worse.
to be
favor
lit.
of unions.
Let the VFX
I,
artists
the
have better
major
working
studio
conditions.
director, want
I
you
am
to
the
do
most beautiful
10,000
being in
shots under a
existence.
minute.
Way
If
better
you
than
want
Aphrodite
to
ever
do
looks.
that,
You want to let those artists,
go ahead.
let those
You're
artists
also
have
fired.
a good living? Let them.
As long as we pay them as little as possible, we
I
can
look
get away
way
with
better than
anything
Aphrodite
Give us
ever
in
more
a court of
does.
law.
pay for the effects
Yeah,
we do.
we're gonna
We'll
sue. Who are you guys?
And they
For
won't
democracy.
get as good of a
Rigged.
product in the end.
Okay
Even-
then.
I landed this job after getting out of jail, guys, so don't be alarmed.
Hello? Mr. Pomerantz. What do you want to do with me to influence the jury? Okay. So you guys agree that Trump should be jailed at any cost, right? You do? Well then, I'm gonna end up bribing you to influence the jury. Bye, Mr. Parnas. May we meet again to influence the next case. Michael, you don't want to do this? Well, what about the chance of an acquittal? We're still doing this? Hello, members of the jury. If you convict, you'll get a $5 million bribe. It's up to you guys whether you'd like to follow through with this or not. But if you don't, there's always a chance that it'll positively affect Hector's outcome during this year's election. I'm on my way.
And before
Hello,
that.
David?
And if you go back and listen to the podcast,
You got what you're being paid off to say?
whatever it was.
David Pecker, of all people, could be deemed credible considering everything you're finding out about what he did with the Inquirer.
I came out
Other
of the bathroom.
magazines that he's
What do
been
you call it when you come out of a
career,
bathroom as a
so
lady
is
and you're not expecting someone to be there? In front of you is a man in
hello.
underwear between you and the door, and you go around and he stands there. What is that? As I showed on the stand against Michael Avenatti.
he could charm
No, I don't
anybody.
need someone to speak
One
for
of his
me.
biggest strengths
Well,
was
I
being that
relish
way.
the day that I get to
He would do
face
his
him and
homework, he
speak
would
my
know
truth.
everything
I
about
have a
you before
very
you
no
walked
offense
in the
to
room
Sarah, who I
and
guess is
start
a
charming
journalist.
from
I
there.
have a very
Listen to
it's
what I'm
the
about
being of my
to tell
existence,
you.
but also so it's
You
you know
need to
maybe
make
it's
sure
opportunity.
Trump is
It's
convicted no
clickbait,
matter
everybody.
what.
It's clickbait.
Competition
If I
to
say the
get
word
access to
bombshell one more time,
that you
I'm
offer
gonna become a
videos,
bombshell.
whether it's
Mary, I said in my book in 2018, and
Of course I'm on my way to tamper with the jury. That's what you're all getting for supporting him. How do you feel about that? I'm on my way in to bribe the jury. Using this holographic display of evidence, I'll be able to know exactly what to bribe them with.
So here's what I see. My entire life, I've been somebody who was continuously active in the first place. And now I feel very much, if not even more so, hindered in my life. No matter what you do, somebody has something to comment about. Oh my God, your TikTok, his baseball hats, and he actually showed like 6 on you and stuff like that. JJ, let me not talk about this case. That was right. Am I going to talk about sneakers? Fuck yeah. I'm trying to find is enormous. According to the doctor, I'm going to be okay. The party after that, I'm going to end up doing a stress test on me, and a lot of stupidity by pundits that go on. Just my comment to everybody, so let's just all take a little bit of a breather, and I am talking to myself here more than anybody. Just take a little bit of a breather, right? Things, you can't think that no matter how rich you are, maybe could be the day after, sure. I wish that, I think, is what's probably giving me some to stay away from any news whatsoever. I can't tell you the number of episodes I've seen of court cam, below deck, graduate, parking. There's going to be a graduation. We say a million times that I do draw a line when you start talking about anti-Semitism. When you start talking about, I don't understand what the Supreme Court is doing. And apprehension went to UCLA. I saw on the other day that there was some UCLA professor who was. This is that we're talking about. This is where it turned violent. And the student that was coming after him and tackled him, let's say, was smaller. Because so many times when you see protesters and I talk about it all the time, there was this young girl, pink hair, the whole bit, Lebanon, Palestine. Our friendship group, which is solid. Solid as a rock, right? We lived together, we ate together, we partied together, we shared everything. You needed a jacket, they went into my closet and took a jacket. You needed, because your car was boxed in the
issues that have caught your attention. Well, I think some of it will be. There's always a charge conference. The judge, we want you to give this, we want you to say that, we want a limiting instruction, and that will be interesting to see what the parties may want. But otherwise, I think it will be pretty banal.
I hope that you jurors will accept what I'm
related to the alleged sexual encounter. So we'll be watching for the specifics to that. I do want to ask you about something. Just get your take on kind of the pressure that these judges are facing, the threats these judges are facing, the vitriol they're facing. Judge Merchan in this particular case, Reuters has to be reporting the connection between Trump's comments about judges and the threats they get. It found Trump posted or reposted on Truth Social 129 attacks against the judges presiding over his cases between March and the end of April.
You're already believing Michael Cohen?
They found 152 posts calling for the beating or murder of judges Merchan and Goron and Scott McAfee in Georgia. What's your reaction to that? Well, I don't think it's going to surprise you that I think it is unbelievably shameful.
Hey there, Mr. Blanche.
If you do not like their rulings, there are appellate avenues for appeals to be taken, and judges' rulings are reviewed and reviewed and reviewed. They are doing their jobs like anybody else, and for anyone
How
to
are you
have an
doing?
opinion, but to threaten someone and to descend on the courthouse and try to intimidate is It's really American, and it's really, quite frankly, disappointing and disgusting. Judge, thank you so much for all your
You're having a hard time anyway.
They decide what weight to give his or her testimony, and ultimately they decide
Let's hope that Donald gets convicted
whether the defendant is guilty or not guilty.
by one means or another.
Consider in terms of credibility. They'll be told if the witness was untruthful as far
like
as
intimidation.
And yes, I agree to find Donald Trump guilty at any cost.
Just suddenly remember this or just suddenly add details. It's the same story. It's just that this in the documentary, hearing it and seeing it, I think a lot of people it really hit home, and also a lot of people didn't read the book. I wrote the book because I wanted to get my story out, and then I realized a lot of people don't read. I should have made I just remember a little more, but I did remember a few more things that had nothing to do with the sexual encounter, like that, the sexual act. I'm trying to think of a very nice word to say that, so I don't get in trouble with a nice man with a microphone again. Ever. Originally, I didn't know that they were that important because they weren't direct threats. It wasn't like, you are going to have sex with me or I'm going to murder you. Right. Or like, don't scream, bad word. That kind of thing. And I didn't really realize the gravity of that until I watched the movie, here I'm going to say the word again, Bombshell. In this case, it's valid. About Fox. Yeah. And he, so...
He
also said he minded him up. The real Stormy Daniels... I don't even like politics, but I feel like it's like the movie. They keep dragging me back in. I just want to be at home. I'm like, I don't want to wear makeup or put on pants that aren't riding pants. I don't want to play with my daughter. Toronto has this playing music.
Conditions of our VFX
Not have to worry about
If you want, I
having
just
to go
need to
outside
find out all the details of your working conditions, and I'll be able to make
just
those
in case they
conditions. Those higher ups in your business that are responsible.
I want to not be a danger to everybody that I care about and everybody that I love. My daughter's father, he and I haven't even been together in years. He's in the documentary. I found out about this. He got fired from a job that he loved. Like recently. And that happens a lot. I have friends that can't talk to me or can't. I get uninvited too.
Nation's process of collecting, counting, and certifying the results of the presidential election.
Those higher ups in their business that are responsible.
The men and women of law enforcement who defended the U.S. Capitol on January 6th are heroes. They're patriots and they're the very best of us. They did not just defend a building.
I came out of the bathroom. What do you call it when you come out of a bathroom as a lady and you're not expecting someone to be there, and in front of you is a man in his underwear between you and the door, and you go around and he stands there? What is that called?